Hey everyone, back on to part two of the triangular prism surface area. So once again, remember our formulas. We have pH and we have pH plus 2b, where pH is our lateral surface area and pH plus 2b is our total. So onto this one, number four, our total surface area needed is pH plus 2b. So what I want to do over here, and I'm going to write over here so I have room. We know what P is, but I want to write HOP for height of prism, and then I want to write HOT for height of triangle, and then B. Because if I can distinguish the difference between height of prism and height of triangle, that's going to help me out quite a bit, right? So notice we have a right triangle here, so that's going to help us out when we take the face off. So we have something like that, where it's 7.5 and 7.5, and then we have a 10.6. So these are the legs of my triangle, the sides of my triangle. So we can see that the height of my triangle is 7.5, where the triangle is my base, right? So height of triangle is 7.5. The base of my triangle is also 7.5 because we can see that it's a right triangle, right? The diagonal would not be your base. The base is always met by a right angle, so base is also lowercase b, okay, and this is h. And then the height of my prism, this is HOP, is 12, okay? So if we have to find big B is going to be equal to um, 1 half times 7.5, so which is my base, times 7.5, which is my height. Okay, so 1 half BH, like that. So on our calculator, we're going to push 1 half times 7.5 times 7.5. So that's going to give us 28.125 or 28.13. So big B, area of my base is 28.13. And that's going to be feet squared. Okay, and then the last thing we need to do is find our perimeter, and perimeter is adding all the sides, so that's going to be 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 10.6. So let's add those all up together. 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 10.6. I wrote that wrong, so let's double check. 10.6. So our perimeter is going to be 25.6 centimeters, or sorry, feet. So if we're doing pH plus 2b, we have P, height of prism, and area base. So we have 25.6 times 12 plus 2 times 28.13. Okay? So we're going to multiply all that out and add it up, and let's see what we get. 25.6 times 12 plus 2 times 28.13. So our total surface area, I'm going to write it over here, draw an arrow like that. Our total surface area is 363.46. Okay, and that's going to be feet squared. I'll put a box around it so it's easier to see. It's one thing about some of these worksheets where they don't give us a ton of room to work, right? So if you want to make these notes a little bit more clear with our total surface area, let's write it in a way that makes more sense for us. So we have perimeter, which we've already said it's height of the prism at the top of our notes, height of prism. So just remember perimeter of base times height of prism, not height of triangle. There's a difference, right? So total surface area for number, I don't like that one. It's not a good example for me. So we're going to do number 6, and then we'll probably wrap up, and maybe I'll show you another example to work with. Um, the base of the triangular prism is shown. If the height is 12, what is the lateral surface area? Okay, so we got some practice here. It says the base is shown. This is my base. And if the height of the prism is 12. So we're going to say height of prism equals 12. And this is the base of my triangle. What is the lateral surface area? So if this is a right triangle, which I'm going to assume it is, then we know there's more than one way to approach this. So if this is isosceles and it's not a right triangle, we can do Pythagorean theorem and we can find it out that way. But I'm going to assume that this is a right triangle, so my base is 5, right, like this. And this is 5 and this is 7, okay? So we're going to say that base times height divided by 2 would be 5 times 5 divided by 2, and that would give me big B. So 25 divided by 2 is 12.5 just because of the practice, right? But remember, what they want is the lateral surface area. So remember, even just like me, I'm trying to find the total surface area when they didn't even ask for it. We want lateral surface area. So just think about that. Someone could easily just go into autopilot and start trying to solve for everything. But what do we need for lateral surface area? And I did that as illustration just to show you that anybody can do that, right? So lateral surface area is perimeter of the base times height. And they gave us height is 12. So we just need to add these up. So 5 plus 5 plus 7. Okay, so 10 plus 7 is 17. So that's 17 times 12. And that'll give us our lateral surface area. So on our calculator, we're going to push 17 times 12, and that equals 204. So our lateral surface area is going to be 204 centimeters squared. Okay? So we can do a couple of practice problems. I'll bring my other workbook here so we can work on them. Number 5, this isn't a great example because it's kind of hard to see. So we'll work through maybe 1 or 2 of these, and hopefully that gives you a good understanding of the two. So let's try let's try this page. So we're going to use these triangular prisms to answer the questions. And it says find the lateral prism of A, the lateral surface area of prism A. Show all work. That's not difficult for us because we're going to show our work. So we can see the space between our two bases because our bases are triangles, right? I don't want to cover up all the numbers because I want to be able to see them. So we know our bases are triangles. We know if I had to pull this triangle apart that it looks like this, where the height of the triangle is 9. The base of the triangle is 21, okay, because it makes a right angle. So this is lowercase b, this is HOT, and then the space between the bases, this is my HOP. This is my height of my prism, okay? So if I'm finding perimeter, and we can do all of this at once, but if I'm finding perimeter, P is going to be equal to, let's go ahead and write this down because we need P, H, and B. So P is going to be equal to 14 plus 17 plus 21. So if we add all that together, 14 plus 17 plus 21, and then we go and push enter, and we know P is 52. So I'm going to put that here. P equals 52. And it wants lateral surface area. So we're going to know that we need the height of the prism. Height of the prism is equal to 16. And we know that pH is my formula, so we're going to multiply those out. 52 times 16 That's a 6. So our answer is going to be 52 times 16, and that is 832 units squared. Okay? Um, then it says, let's see, find the total surface area of prism A. Well, we already know what pH is, so we're just going to write up here that pH equals 832 units squared. So we just need to find, and we know H is 16, so we don't even need that anymore, but we need to find B. So for this, we need to find area of the base. We know lowercase b is 21, so for big B, we're going to say that's 1/2 times 21 times the height of my triangle, which is 9, and then we'll have everything we need, right? So let's go ahead and put that in our calculator. 1 divided by 2, okay, and that's going to be times 21 and 9, and that gives us 94.5. So big B is equal to 94.5 units squared. So we have our lateral surface area, which I'll write is equal to LSA, and this is big B. So lateral surface area plus B times 2. So we're going to do pH plus 2B. So that's 832 plus 2 times 94.5, like that. So this is going to be your pH and this is your B, right? So let's go ahead and multiply that all out. So we have, and add it all out. So 832 plus 2 times 94.5, okay, and push enter. So our total surface area here is going to be 1,021 units squared. So be mindful. It is a little tedious, but if we're paying attention to detail when we're doing surface area, it should be pretty straightforward. So let's do prism B and see if we can knock this out really quickly. We have our right triangle as our base, right? We have the space between our bases right here. So this is going to be H. I'm going to put HOP because it's the height of the prism. This 7 is the height of my triangle. So we could find big B, but first let's go ahead and knock out lateral surface area, which is P times H. So we know that P is going to be equal to 7 plus 24 plus 25. So remember, don't feel afraid to draw a triangle like this. We got 7, 24, 25. Okay, let's add them all up together. So 24 plus 25 plus 7 equals 56. So P is 56. H is 5. It's the space between the two bases. So pH is equal to 56 times 5. So we're going to multiply that out. And that gives us pH is equal to 280. So 280 is my lateral surface area. And that's going to be units squared. Okay, last thing we're going to do is we're going to find big B to finish up our total surface area. Because remember, we already have lateral, we have pH. So pH is equal to 280 units squared. Now we just need to find big B. We already know that lowercase b is 24 and HOT, height of triangle, is 7. So B is going to be equal to 1/2 24 times 7. So we're going to put that in our calculator really quickly because I'm running out of time on this video. Control divide 1/2 24 times 7. And we're going to multiply that times 2. 168. So 2b is equal to 168. 1b was equal to 84. Add that to pH. So that's 168 plus 280. And that equals 448. So 168 plus 280 would give me 448. Until next time, bye.